Well, energy prices are going to go through the roof, it looks like, or at least be a hell of a lot bigger than they were in the last couple of years. And that's for a lot of reasons. Actually, the utility companies have to build up more capacity because of all this AI people that need utility. But what's happened is the members or the consumers have to pay for this. So here, all the rates are going up.
Oh, gas prices are going down and we're using less gas. Yeah, because we don't have any fucking money to go anywhere because all of our money is going to these fucking utilities.
Please ignore what I owe. I'm a poor ass bitch. I can't afford my electric bill. I make less money than I do the amount of my electric bill a month.
There are now 3.5 million households in the UK in debt on their gas and electricity bills.
Ever notice how opening your utility bill feels like you're just about to open some bad news? I haven't made no adjustments, but somehow it feels like I'm paying more and more every single month. At this point, the lights are on, but my wallet is so off. Check this out.
Well, energy prices are going to go through the roof, it looks like, or at least be a hell of a lot bigger than they were in the last couple of years. And that's for a lot of reasons. Actually, the utility companies have to build up more capacity because of all this AI people that need utility. But what's happened is the members or the consumers have to pay for this. So here, all the rates are going up. And actually, there's a bunch of programs, and these are community programs that give money out, from the government and other nonprofit organizations. And only 17% of the people who are eligible are applying. Only 17%. And that's when people don't know where to go. They don't know how to apply or anything. Well, solve that problem. Here, I put up a special website for people who have to pay their utility bills or any other kind of living expenses like that. And emergency times. Now, this isn't big money. You don't get 50 grand, but you could get $500, $5,000 or even more. Here, you go to letsgolovesai.com/pay your bills, okay? And you get 100 organizations that are in your community that give you public money to pay your bills and don't get your utilities shut off.
LOL at them like, oh, gas prices are going down and we're using less gas. Yeah, because we don't have any fucking money to go anywhere because all of our money is going to these fucking utilities. There is absolutely no reason in hell that my electric bill should be near $500 and it's myself and my daughter and we're barely ever home and our usage is not high. The supply and delivery charge and all these extra fucking charges that are on the bill that PSE&G can't explain. And then I ask people that I know and they don't even know either. And we're like, yo, what the fuck is this? And it's, oh, you're funding AI data centers or whatever, like people are telling me. And like, fuck that. Because if I call PSE&G and you're charging me for something, you better be able to explain it. I've called like 25 to 30 times and I will call again today to see what they'll say to me today because every time they give me some nonsense, they give me the runaround, they give me some bullshit. Like they can never answer my question. Like, what does this mean? And like their main thing is, oh, well, it's cold outside. No, like, fuck that. Give me an answer.
What is going on with utility bills in the Midwest, specifically Ohio, specifically the Ohio Valley? I'm so curious how it's 2025. We've all switched to LED light fixtures, high efficiency HVAC systems. Everybody's got new appliances. Everybody buys the TVs that they say, oh, it's got the big yellow sticker on it. $89 worth of electricity a year. That's all this thing uses. Buy a deep freezer. Oh, $120 is all the electricity this thing uses for the whole entire year. Everything is supposedly the best of the absolute best, trying to lower our electricity bills. We sit here in the dark all day, all night long, throw the TV on, and still we have $250, $300 electric bills. I just don't understand. Coming from a working class dad who's going over his budget in the evening. What do you guys think?
I'm going to show you my electric bill. Please ignore what I owe. I'm a poor ass bitch. I can't afford my electric bill. I make less money than I do the amount of my electric bill a month. And that's the God's honest truth. My bill for this month is $451.27. And that's with a discount. They took off $326.78 for the discount. So without that, my bill would have been almost $800. I don't even get $800 a month in income. There's my that's the wattage that they claim I use. In a 1-bedroom apartment where I only have one of my heaters turned on in my living room. I have electric heat. I don't use the one in my bedroom or the other room. I don't ever use it. Ever, ever, ever. Something is totally wrong. And I can't get the help that I need. Can't afford my bill. They're gonna shut me off as soon as the winter protection goes away. They're gonna shut me off. I don't know what to do. I can't get over this. Look at that. That's what my assistance rate discount. This is crazy. Anybody else have Eversource? If you have Eversource, how many people live with you? How much does your bill round out to be about a month? I find this absolutely absurd. There's no way that my electricity could be costing this much money. There's no way.
Good morning. Let me show y'all how I keep my light bill low. This month, my light bill is $90, and I'm going to show you why. First thing I do when I get up, unplug unnecessary shit. Stuff that I use during the night, unplug. TV, unplug. This is the light that I'm going to use for the day. Microwave light that I use for overnight, or if my kids get out the bed. Oh. Air. Oh. Night light in the kids' room. Unplug. Kid iPad charger. Unplug. Kids' TV. Unplug. They can plug it back up if they want to watch it. If the kids want some light in their room, open up the curtains. Laptop. Unplug. So if you want a low light bill, unplug everything in your house that you're not using, especially during the day. Unplug it all. Open your curtains. Let the natural light come in. And it's not really that hot outside, so it's not going to be hot in your house. Well, I don't know where you live, but I live on the trees. So it's never hot up in my house. Save you a penny.
There are now 3.5 million households in the UK in debt on their gas and electricity bills. And that comes directly from the National Audit Office. And honestly, who can be surprised? I mean, look at what this government has done. Energy bills have been put up 6 times on their watch. Taxes have been increased by £70 billion. And on top of that, they've made it more expensive for businesses to actually employ people. And all of this has very obvious consequences. Less people have jobs because it's more expensive to employ people. The ones that are still employed have less money in their pockets because taxes are higher. And then on top of that, their bills have gone up. And the end result, very simply, 3.5 million households owe debt on their gas and electricity bills. Now, what's worse is this Labour government are showing no signs of slowing down. They want to double down on all of this stuff and make it even worse. And the people who are going to pay the price are those working people they like to talk about so much.
So another thing that is causing a lot of pain for Indiana families right now is the rising utility costs. So electric specifically in 2025, those electric bills jumped 17.5%. That is the largest increase in 2 decades. Now, for some households, that has meant paying $28 more per month. But on others, those that have NIPSCO electric, those bills have risen by $50 per month. And so those increases are coming on top of inflation, housing costs rising, and basically all other living expenses and basic necessities, making it really hard for families to keep up. So if you're in South Bend, anywhere in Indiana, there are resources available to you. I've talked about Indiana's Energy Assistance Program. It's a federally funded program. Not only does it help with heating and electric bills, but it will also protect you from a disconnection during the winter months. So you want to make sure you apply for that. Those applications are open right now. You can do that online. Just look up Indiana EAP or come down to Real Services, which is here in South Bend. There's also local help. So if you're a South Bend resident or you're in the South Bend area, the city of South Bend, I know, has a utility assistance program where they'll reduce your bill by $25 per month. But there's also Catholic Charities, St. Vincent de Paul, the Salvation Army Croc Center that provides aid with utilities and rent. Then, of course, you have your townships. So township trustees, like here in Portage Township, utility assistance is a big part of what we do in providing assistance and support to struggling families. So other things that you can do, make sure you apply for EAP early. Look for those local programs and apply early, because for many of them, once they run out of money, they run out of money. You can call 211. You can get a full list of the programs that are available for you in your area for help. A lot of people don't realize you can actually set up payment plans, payment arrangements with your utility companies if you call them before you fall behind. So I really highly recommend that that's something that you look at doing before you fall behind. Set that up with your utility company. And then, of course, try to find ways to reduce your energy usage or winter weatherize your home, make it a little bit more efficient if you can. But the bottom line is there is help available, but with these rising costs, you have to act quickly and you have to act proactively.
Good morning. So this morning I was watching an interview that J.D. Vance had did last night, or maybe the day before, where J.D. Vance stated that the reason why property rates are going up and rent is so high is because of immigrants. Joe Biden let 33 million immigrants or 34 million immigrants into our country, and they are living in houses that we Americans supposed to have, right? I'm going to call bullshit on that. That's always the way. Okay, let's take this off of the rich, clear people and the investors, and let's throw it on the immigrants, the low lives, right? And I'm not calling no immigrants low life, but this is how they view immigrants, right? So they throw that lie on immigrants. But let me tell you something, as a homeowner, that is bullshit. That is a lie. Okay, this is how it's going. You are having developers coming to inner cities, black cities, because the suburbs are no longer fun to the new generation of clear people. They want to be in the city because the city, they got tired of driving way to the city just to have fun and then leaving the city and then driving way back to the suburbs, right? So what they're doing is developers are coming in here and they're developing areas like downtown, midtown areas for the clear people to enjoy, and they're running the people of color out of them by jacking up the rent. So you don't see immigrants, illegal immigrants in these places. You see clear people in these properties, right? Like in the city of Detroit, right? They're picking and choosing the neighborhoods that they want. They're going in, buying these houses, fixing them up, bringing them up to code, and selling them for $175,000, $200,000, $300,000. So of course, you know somebody's gonna want at least $1,900, $2,000 a month rent for it, right? So that's excluding a lot of people of color, a lot of people with low income. So this is not an immigrant thing. This is a greed thing. So let's keep it 100 and keep it real. Then you got property managers stepping in. And people are buying houses in Detroit that live in New York and got property managers coming here. Well, they already here and they're renting the properties out. The landlord may think he's getting $800 a month for the property, but the property manager allegedly done jacked the price up to $1,500, $1,600 a month. So people are paying $1,500, $1,600 a month when they only supposed to be paying $800. And then they going up on the rent every year, and then the landlord is wondering, well, why can't he keep nobody in his property? Because the property manager is ripping off your tenant. You go back, we're going to say allegedly, because if you go back and you look at a lot of property managers, right, in houses that are owned, guess what? The tenant has no communication, no way to reach the landlord, and the landlord has no communication with the tenant. Both people go through the property manager. So the property manager can tell the tenant anything they want to tell them and can tell the landlord whatever they want to tell the landlord. So let's keep it real. This is why we have high property value, or not high property value, but high rent. And then you get this idiotic guy that sits in the White House and say, let's do 50-year mortgages. Man, if you don't get your ass out of here and go roll over and go walk up there to that cemetery and lay down in it and get the hell up out of here, you better. Real talk.
We're not talking about living beyond our means. We're trying to just have the basic necessities, just to be able to make it every day. If your utility bill made your jaw drop this month, you're not alone. It's a lot of jaws dropping around here. Let's compare notes in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for more videos coming soon. Happy every day.